All right. We're diving deep today, folks, and let's just say we're headed somewhere coldy.
Colder than your ex's heart.
Much colder. Think penguins, icebergs, the whole 9 yards. We're talking Antarctica.
Ah, the mysterious South. Always a good topic for a deep dive.
Exactly. And today, we're going beyond the usual stuff, the penguins and the ice, to explore some truly wild claims about Antarctica.
Oh, this is where it gets interesting. Lay it on me.
Think hidden Nazi bases, ancient civilizations lost to time, maybe even some UFO encounters. We got it all.
Hold on, hidden Nazi bases, UFOs. Sounds like someone's been reading too many conspiracy theory blogs.
Maybe, maybe not. But hey, isn't that part of the fun? We're going to be dissecting an audio clip packed with these kinds of theories, these Antarctica secrets, and we'll see what holds water.
Sounds like a plan. I'm always up for separating fact from fiction.
All right, so the first thing this audio clip throws at us, it's a map. And not just any map, it's a map from, get this, 1929, that supposedly shows Antarctica's coastline, the whole coastline, before it was covered in ice.
1929. But that's way before Antarctica was officially discovered, right? Like hundreds of years too early.
Exactly. So the question is, how could anyone have mapped it back then? If the ice was already there, how did they know what was underneath?
Well, there are some theories floating around about that. Some folks believe there were ancient seafaring civilizations, way back when, who had some surprisingly advanced cartographic knowledge. Like, they knew how to map stuff we thought was impossible.
So maybe the ancient Egyptians weren't just hanging out in the desert. Maybe they were sailing down to Antarctica for vacation.
Hey, I'm not ruling anything out at this point. Of course, there's always the chance of misinterpreting the map. Maybe it's not even depicting Antarctica at all, It could be another landmass entirely.
Okay, fair enough. A little cartographic mystery to kick things off. Now, the audio clip then jumps to something totally different. Nazis. Specifically, it claims Hitler was obsessed with Antarctica.
Yes. The Nazis and their supposed love for the occult and weird science. Always a crowd pleaser.
Right. So this clip says Hitler sent expeditions to Antarctica, and they supposedly found something incredible. A massive warm water cave.
Warm water in Antarctica.
Yeah. The clip doesn't get into specifics about what they found in this cave, but it suggests it was big enough to hide something. Advanced.
Advanced, huh? I guess that can mean a lot of things. Secret weapons, maybe? Or a hidden base, like you mentioned earlier.
Well, it is important to remember the historical context here. The Nazis were big on ancient myths and obsessed with finding advanced technologies.
Absolutely. Their whole ideology was built on these ideas of Aryan supremacy, finding lost knowledge and powerful artifacts to prove their dominance. It's not a stretch to think they might have looked at Antarctica as a potential source for that.
Yeah, like maybe they thought they could find Atlantis down there or some other lost civilization.
Exactly. Or maybe they saw it as a potential refuge, a last stand in case they lost the war, a remote continent with a hidden base. Makes you wonder what they might have been hiding.
Okay, buckle up, because the next part of the audio clip gets really wild. It talks about an alleged encounter between a U.S. Navy vessel and a disc-shaped craft, a UFO, in Antarctic waters.
Wait, a UFO chase in Antarctica? Seriously?
That's what the clip says. It claims the encounter turned into a high-speed chase. And get this, the UFO won.
Won? What does that even mean?
Yeah, the clip is vague on the details, but it suggests the ship didn't exactly make it out unscathed.
Look, I'm all for exploring wild theories, but let's be realistic. We need verifiable evidence for something like this. There could be a million explanations, right? Misidentified aircraft, natural phenomena.
Right, like maybe some weird weather effect.
Exactly. We can't just take every UFO story at face value, especially those from the Cold War era. There was a lot of misinformation flying around back then.
True. Disinformation and all that.
Okay,
next up, this audio clip drops another bombshell. It claims that Hitler believed Antarctica was the location of the lost city of Atlantis. And not just Atlantis, but also the Holy Grail. Powerful artifacts, you name it, all hidden down there in the ice.
Of course he did. Why not throw Atlantis in the mix? It's like a conspiracy theory bingo card at this point.
Right, but this idea ties into the whole Nazi fascination with the occult. And it brings us to a real organization, the Honor Bay. They were this Nazi research group, but they weren't exactly known for their conventional methods.
Ah, yes, the Honor Bay. Now, those guys were interesting. On one hand, they did some legitimate scientific research, but on the other hand, they were pretty deep into the occult, like really deep.
Yeah, their interest in Atlantis, ancient myths, and paranormal stuff, It's pretty well documented.
And it definitely played a part in their agenda. The question is, to what extent did these beliefs actually influence what they were doing in Antarctica?
Right. Were they really searching for lost artifacts and magical powers, or was that just a side project?
Good question. We may never know for sure.
Okay, so we've got ancient maps, Nazis, UFOs, Atlantis.
Hmm.
What else could this audio clip possibly throw at us? Well, get ready because it introduces another secret society,
Hmm.
the Vril Society.
Wait a minute, another one. So we have the Nazis, who are already obsessed with the occult, and now we have a whole other secret society that's even more mysterious.
That's what the clip claims.
Mm.
Apparently, this Vril Society predates the Anunnaki, and they claim to have knowledge of some super advanced technology.
What kind of technology? Don't tell me they had flying saucers, too.
That's exactly what it says. Instructions on building a flying disc, powered by something called Vril energy.
Vril energy, never heard of it.
Me neither. But hey, who knows? Maybe they were tapping into some source of energy we haven't even discovered yet.
I'm all for open minds, but sometimes you gotta draw the line. We're talking about secret societies and energy sources that sound like they came straight out of a science fiction novel. I think a healthy dose of skepticism is in order here.
Agreed. But then the audio clip mentions this guy, Victor Schauberger. He was a real person, a brilliant Austrian inventor known for his work with water and energy.
Mhm.
But according to this clip, he also helped build a flying disc for the Vril Society, and maybe even a whole fleet of them.
Victor Schauberger. Now, that's a name I recognize. He was a fascinating guy, way ahead of his time. He did a lot of pioneering work in biomimicry and fluid dynamics.
Yeah.
Like, he believed in harnessing the power of nature, using its principles to create new technologies.
Right. So it's not entirely crazy to think he might have stumbled onto something revolutionary, even if it wasn't a flying saucer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
His documented work is already mind-blowing enough. We don't need to add flying saucers to the mix to make him interesting.
Well, this whole deep dive has been a wild ride. Ancient maps, Nazi expeditions, UFO encounters, Atlantis, secret societies, a brilliant inventor who may or may not have built flying saucers. It's almost too much to process.
I know, right? It's like we've gone through the looking glass and into some alternate reality where anything is possible.
So with all these claims and theories about Antarctica swirling around, what are we supposed to make of it all?
I think the key takeaway here is the importance of critical thinking. We need to be careful about what we believe, especially when dealing with topics like this that are prone to sensationalism.
Right. Just because something sounds cool or exciting doesn't make it true.
Exactly. We need to look at all the available evidence, weigh the different perspectives, and most importantly, not be afraid to ask tough questions.
So maybe we shouldn't be so quick to dismiss these wild theories about Antarctica.
Not dismiss, no, but definitely approach them with a healthy dose of skepticism. Think of it like this. If even a fraction of what we've talked about today is true, then Antarctica holds some truly incredible secrets. And who knows what those secrets might reveal about our past or even our future.
That's a good point. Maybe there are still amazing discoveries waiting to be made down there, buried under the ice.
Maybe, but those discoveries are going to require careful research, critical thinking, and a willingness to challenge our assumptions.
Well said. And on that note, I think we'll wrap things up for today. But to our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep questioning, and hey, maybe you'll be the one to unlock the next piece of the Antarctic puzzle.
Just promise me you'll bring back proof. Photos, video, anything but blurry eyewitness accounts.
I'll do my best. Until next time, folks, stay curious.